Thank you for joining me as I want to talk about this dreaded topic on the internet, pornography. Pornography is not for you. If you have said that statement in your mind or out loud or even just in your mind, then know that you have come to a very powerful realization. A part of you has known that this vice of watching pornography does not serve you any good. And I want you to do something, say that pornography is not for me because, and then attach a reason why pornography is not good for you. Maybe it takes away your self confidence. Maybe you feel shame afterwards. The next day you go to work and you can't look people in the face because you think that they know what you do in the dark or secretly. If you're 27 and above, you should have already figured out some things about your life, okay? And I'm talking about alcoholism, relationships, and the other vice that you've been doing since your 20s, which is probably, watching pornography. Watching pornography, it takes so much of your potential. If your future self were to look at you, all right now, indulging in pornography, it would just tell you that, wow, what an opportunity you're missing, all right, by indulging yourself in watching pornography, and how it would want to change you, because when you stop watching pornography, you gain a lot of clarity in areas of your life, whether it's work, relationship, and so on and so forth. And that is why specifically I have picked this age of 27 and above, that by then at least have some clarity about your life and things that drain your energy and take away your potential and opportunities, like pornography, should be either completely out of your life or well managed. That is, if you are in the process of recovering from watching pornography. If you haven't yet figured a reason why you should stop watching pornography, then how about for self-respect? All right, just say you want to stop watching pornography out of self-respect. You're not going to pleasure yourself, all right, or based on some fantasies. It's much better if you are disciplined enough to say that you're not going to pleasure yourself through fantasies online, and instead, if it's not with a physical real partner, then you're not going to do it. If you think about it, the wider repercussions of pornography. Picture how someone is somewhere on a yacht enjoying themselves, having benefited off your energy because you have been promoting their business by watching pornography. And what do you get in return? Nothing. You just feel, drained and more like a loser afterwards, right? Because one of the things after watching pornography is that you feel like a loser. If I look back at my life during those times when I was, indulging in such things, and my self-logical reasoning, sometimes would stop functioning, and then a female who knows exactly my state of mind would manipulate me to do something. You are becoming some sort of digital zombies, someone who is easily manipulatable, all right? Someone can easily manipulate you based on sex. And even as a guy, if you encounter a woman who watches a lot of porn, it can be very stressing to you because they're starting putting a lot of pressure on you, and then they think that they are unhappy because of you, and eventually they're going to kick you out. Now, about self-respect, I want you to identify the triggers that are causing you to watch pornography. You have already stated the reason that pornography is not for me because of reason A, B, and C. And so I want you to identify the triggers that cause you to watch pornography. Maybe you have a lot of time, all right, during the day or during the night, and the internet access, all right, you sit until late in the night with internet access, and you scroll through social medias. Social media is a really high trigger. If you are fond of watching some form of content, looking at some skin, then the algorithm is going to recommend those more skins so that you keep watching. And then what happens? You look at the picture, the fantasies start developing, and eventually you find yourself going down the hole of watching pornography. And so identify the triggers, all right? You will have to kick them out and replace them with something else. It's not easy once you watch pornography, even once, okay? some female sometime after a long time. I had not yet watched pornography, more like 5 years, and then some female just sent me 2 videos of pornography. I opened the first, and then I kind of got shocked, and then she kept on arousing those fantasies. I deleted the first video, but then I didn't want to watch the second video, and then an hour later I found myself wanting to watch the second video. And so I was breaking that vow with myself that I was never ever watching pornography. Now, if that is myself, all right, my mind, I had desexualized my mind from watching pornography after several years, all right, and only that one single clip motivated me to want to watch pornography. I can only imagine for someone who has been doing this for several years. That is why I strongly emphasize that get rid of the triggers. If you are following people who show off this skin, just go long press the content, all right, then you are able to tell the algorithm that you're not interested in that kind of content, and then they won't be showing up in your feed. Then the next thing is app applications, all right. Maybe you use some applications that always cause the trigger for you to want to watch pornography. Now you're going to have to make the strong decision to part ways with such application. Remember, it's not just willpower, but it's also how you manage yourself, right? You need a strong willpower to get off a habit such as watching pornography, and you also need to manage your life and your surroundings. If there are pictures in your phone or in your house or elsewhere, or conversations that you have, all right, you need to have some sort of filter so that you avoid going, you don't see such triggers and then start going down the rabbit hole. Now, it's not going to be an easy work, all right? It's not going to start earning back your self-respect and taking control of your life, stopping to become this digital zombie who, when they see anything sexual, they instantly lose their mind, their self-worth, and everything, okay? So you are going to have a frequency, okay? If you watch maybe twice, you find yourself watching twice in a day, you are going to start by cutting it down to maybe once after 2 days before you find yourself backsliding. It's okay to backslide, all right? And then after that, have the determination now to go for a week or something. You will keep backslide, but eventually you will come to a point where you have the strong will to avoid the triggers first and to step off watching this filth that is called pornography. Now, another very important thing is that you will have to fill in the time with something more creative. You need to figure out activities that you're going to replace, all right? If it's physical exercise, something that can take off your attention from wanting to watch pornography, whether it's playing online, all right, playing chess or reading or exercise, just have something to take attention off you, all right? Create a structure of your life, because if you don't have a structure for how you spend your time, especially if you have a lot of it, then it's very much easily to find yourself going down that rabbit hole. And also something else, avoid taking your phone when you're going to sleep. Just keep it aside, turn off the internet, and just decide that you're going to have the sleep. And if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night with that sexual energy or arousal, then don't touch your phone, because that is the first mistake that you're going to make before you find yourself falling into that pattern of watching porn. So when you wake up and you feel that energy, then just wake up, turn on the light, take some deep breaths, and if you can do some small activity, all right, even for 5 minutes, it will distract you, and then just get back to the bed and sleep, all right? Don't touch your phone. Whenever I'm in a situation where my nervous system has taken over the logic thinking, I always tell myself that this is only temporary, and in an hour or two, this is something that will look stupid to me. And so also have the mentality that this is just a temporary takeover of the mind, but if you can manage to get through it, then you will be happy of yourself. When you backslide, because you're going to backslide, I want you to do something, a ritual that will help to cleanse your mind, so that despite whatever has happened, the shame that you feel, or the guilt and the lack of confidence, you are going to gain some energy. I want you to say, I take responsibility, all right? Have some quiet time with yourself and say, I take responsibility for what has happened. Responsibility here means that whatever the repercussions, the aftermath effects that you're feeling in yourself, you are responsible for it, all right? And so you are taking responsibility. And you say, you forgive yourself, all right? I take responsibility, I forgive myself, I accept, and I choose to move on, all right? I choose to move on. If you pray to God, say to God that, hey, I am sorry that I have violated my spirit, okay? Because it also violates your spirit. And so just say, I am sorry, I violated my spirit. And I take responsibility. I choose to move on and then stand up from there, walk on confidently. You have forgiven yourself. And the next time you vow to be stronger, I can promise you that if you are able to do this once, twice, you will feel very proud of yourself, all right, of your achievement of beating off that filth of watching pornography that was slowly creeping into your mind and wanting to take your energy. You will just see the sort of clarity that you have in life. It's only when you have crossed to the other side of the river that you'll start noticing that, hey, what was I doing? I was self-sabotaging. I was missing opportunities and, self-clarity simply because this habit of pornography had taken over my mind. You are going to feel so proud of yourself. You are going to feel a lot of self-respect. You are going to walk out into the world, right, knowing that you have conquered something very powerful that, many people today cannot conquer, right, men or women. Take that energy that you're throwing off by watching pornography and pleasuring yourself and direct it into elsewhere. It will manifest through other areas of your life, all right? It will bring in results in your work, in your relationship, in your business, just almost everywhere. Thank you for watching this. I hope you come to watch another video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Have a great time.